Hello, this is Yulia Goff with Resilient Life Counseling and Wellness, and welcome to another one of our Tuesday Talks. And I'm thrilled to have my coworker here with me, my colleague, Kellie Burgess, CSW, who has recently joined Resilient Life Counseling and Wellness. And it's my pleasure to catch up. Kellie and I actually go back a little bit and introduce her. And Kellie, do you want to just say a few words about yourself, and then I have some questions for you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I've been excited to come on to Resilient Life. It's a practice that I've watched on social media and your website and tracked for a couple years. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. I have 6 children that keep me busy, ages 17 through 6. I have 10-year-old twins. So yeah, that keeps me busy. I love going to their sporting events and concerts, and that feels like my hobby now is going to their events and supporting and watching them. And
well, I'm so glad that you've shared, that you are a parent. I think one of the things that our practice, which is well-rounded, right? We really serve the community, but we also have focal points. And I think supporting moms is one of our really strong areas. And so thank you for sharing that about yourself.
Yeah.
But Kellie, I don't want to keep it a secret. When you started with us, and I kind of heard that, a new person named Kellie starting. I'm like, cool, I look forward to meeting her. And then I met you, and I realized that I've already met you before.
Yes.
And so it was just such a fun, joyful moment to realize that we were in grad school together.
Yes.
And you were one and the same Kellie. So I'm just really thrilled for you to be joining me as a colleague now. I feel like it's a really wonderful thing.
Well, I'm happy we get to work together.
I think we all have our sort of paths to becoming a therapist. And I'm kind of curious, what's yours? What brought you to this point professionally?
Yeah, I feel like my story is a little different than what we often hear. I was really interested in going into education. I was planning on getting a master's of education about 5 years ago. And had been looking into that, thought that'll align with my kids' schedules, be off for the summer. So I had been thinking about that for a while. And I was in the Harmon's grocery store parking lot, pushing my shopping cart. And I had just this thought pop into my head. It was like a really clear thought to pursue social work. And it was so strong that I stopped pushing my cart.
And in your tracks.
I was like, social work. I had never considered that before, but it was such a clear thought. And it felt familiar, almost like a thought of, I'm a social worker. That's right. Just felt really good and natural. And
Well, what do you enjoy about being a therapist?
I love connecting with people. I love building that therapeutic relationship. I love seeing people build confidence in themselves. And I love that relationship most of all, and seeing people progress.
Just as a side note, I have some background in education. So does the, our founder and CEO.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And so do a couple of your colleagues here at Resilient Life.
Okay, interesting.
So just an interesting side note.
Yeah.
But so I happen to know that you deliberately chose Resilient Life.
Yeah.
And I've been really curious to ask you. I mean, obviously, I've been here for almost 3 years. I really love what we do here. I always have from day one. I'm curious, what was it in our social media or any other ways that you've learned about us that you felt like, wow, this is a place for me?
Yeah, I worked at a nonprofit called Family Services before coming here. Therapy, we had 12 sessions with people. And a large part of that job is helping connect people to community resources. So I was very familiar about what was out in the community. And as part of my job, I would look into private practices and help connect people. And I just started watching resilient life. I watched some of the videos that we're doing now.
Yeah.
And a large part of me wanting to come here was really Ruth, the CEO and founder, and feeling like I just really like her.
Yeah.
I want to work for somebody like that.
Yeah. No, totally. 3 years in, same story.
Yeah. It makes a big difference.
That.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
It makes perhaps all the difference.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned EMDR earlier, and is that one of the modalities that you lean to a lot?
Yes, I love EMDR.
Do you?
I do.
Tell me about how you love EMDR.
When I first heard of EMDR, I thought, that's kind of weird. I'm never doing that.
Really?
I did, yeah. I didn't know much about it, and then I heard that there was like eye movements back. I'm like, I don't know, this sounds a little hokey for me. I'm not going to use that. And then I went through the training for it and started using it with clients, and I saw the difference that it made.
Yeah. And
the healing that took place, and I was sold pretty quickly after that.
Yeah.
And so that's where I feel like I've seen the most healing take place. There are other great modalities, and I use a combination of different modalities, but where I've seen the biggest difference in healing from trauma and distressing memories has been using EMDR.
Yeah. No, I love that. Well, what other things interest you in terms of like modalities or, schools of therapy? Like what other stuff do you lean on in addition to EMDR when you work with your clients?
I use a lot of acceptance and commitment
Oh,
therapy. Yeah. I've found that it's been helpful in my personal life. Struggled with anxiety my whole life, and that's been really helpful for me and for clients as well. So I use a lot of acceptance and commitment therapy.
Yeah, I'm a big fan as well. What attracts you to that modality?
I like the acceptance component of, instead of struggling with the thoughts and feelings that come, having that acceptance, letting them flow in and out. And I think that's made a big difference for me. And working with anxiety is not seeing it as the enemy. Right?
Yeah.
Accepting that.
And it's a very uncomfortable friend.
Yeah.
It's not the enemy.
Yes. And knowing that we can feel that discomfort and move in the direction of our values.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself. I think the values component is really powerful.
It's something that I do pretty much with every single client, is spend some time identifying what are their core values, what's important to you, and how do we align those choices with our values. There's a lot of research in that, right, of how that helps us live a more fulfilling, joy-filled life.
And also how to learn to do that.
Yeah.
Right? How to learn to identify what your values are, because not contrary perhaps, but in addition to a popular belief, we sometimes think values are something we get from like cultural tradition or spiritual tradition. And that's true to an extent. Our families, and I think all of those things are true. And there's some innate work we can do to really hone in on what those values are.
Yeah.
And then really find ways to be consistent with our actions and values. Oh, I love that. Well, I'm getting a little sidetracked because I'm so excited. So Kellie, I can tell that you are an amazing therapist, because I came into this conversation a little, what's the word, scattered perhaps, just because of how my day was today. And just sitting here speaking with you, even though this is being recorded, I just feel so much more settled. So thank you for that.
Likewise, thank you.
Yeah, you're very kind. So would you say that you have, like, I don't want to say perfect client, because I don't think that exists, but what are some clients that you find that you have particular maybe success with, or particular interest in working with, or maybe lots of experience working with? Like, who are some of those clients that maybe are particularly a good match for you?
I work with a lot of women going through a lot of life transitions, sometimes divorce, sometimes just struggling in relationships, feeling overwhelmed and stressed with responsibilities. And I work with men too, and have enjoyed that. people who struggle with past trauma and it
Mhm.
affecting them, feeling triggered in the present, use EMDR. And I work really well with those clients. A lot of anxiety,
Yeah.
right? People struggling with feeling anxious and feeling like that's holding them back from living the life that they want to live. I love working with teenagers.
Yeah.
So I've had some success there working with
Mhm.
teens and building a relationship with them and helping them, and with parents. I've also had experience teaching groups, those healing from sexual abuse.
Mhm.
At my last job, I taught a group healing from sexual abuse.
Mhm.
And I taught a group specifically for anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
I taught a men's group,
Mhm.
those who were struggling with unwanted pornography use.
Mhm.
So I have some experience there.
Yeah.
So I would say those who struggle with anxiety,
Mhm.
trauma, depression.
Yeah. Phenomenal. Yeah.
I also really like working with clients that have ADHD.
Really?
Mhm.
Yes.
I was diagnosed later in life, and so I love to share some of the things that have helped me, and everyone's experience is different again.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do love helping people who have that diagnosis as well.
Yeah.
And offering some insight and some support there.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. That's also like a really interesting area. I think that folks can get a lot of help, a lot of support from therapy, a lot of use from therapy.
Yeah.
In that realm, it's not just medication. Therapy can be super helpful with that.
Yeah.
Wow, Kellie, I wish we could talk for 3 hours. Thank you so much for joining me today in this. This has been such an informative and also just really beautiful experience. I'm very, very happy to acknowledge that. I think that it's, I think, a rare person that you meet where you spend a few minutes in their presence and you just kind of feel, although in our team, it's not so rare. Anyway, I want to just thank you for joining us today. Kellie has been seeing clients. I know she probably has a few more spots available. If some of the things that you heard today are something you want to learn more about, feel free to visit our website, and under the therapist tab, you can read all of our bios, including Kellie's. And of course, feel free to contact us at resilientlifeutah.com on the website, through the phone number or the email, to schedule with Kellie if that's something that interests you.